Hello, Life. My name is Lemon. Wait. Hello, Lemon. My name is Life. Wait. Can we do the thing and just make some lemonade? Hi, my name is Shelby, and this is my channel where I kind of just talk to the camera. Anyways, I also got this weird squishy cheese block. But yeah, since this is my channel where I kind of just talk to the camera, I'm gonna tell you guys. I missed the flight that I was supposed to take to LA today on purpose, and that really made me sad. I definitely checked in anyways so that it probably announced my name over the plane intercom, which is, you know, a little bit petty. Anyways, I feel very relieved actually, unfortunately. I have just been doing some weeding out of negative energy in my life, and pretty much anything that's stressing me out right now, I'm just gonna cut it out. Because I just don't really want to deal with it anymore. And I think that I need to take some time so that I feel okay. And I think for my mental health, like anything that's mildly stressful, I'm just gonna, and then I'm just gonna focus on doing me. And we're gonna just think about like, and you know, what if I just start dabbling with other hobbies too? We're working on self-building and building like self-worth and building peace of mind here and making sure that I can do something really well. We're going to try to find something that I can do very, very, very well besides for just being me. The other thing that I want to talk about is the stones that I bought just to help me get over things. I bought two things. I bought a moonstone, and I bought malachite, and I also have labradorite to help me talk. Anyways, I know none of that stuff really helps too much, but it's supposed to, you know, I forget what malachite does. I think it is supposed to transmute negative energy into not so bad, or people who like are going to harm you or something, and maybe they're not going to harm you as much. Been drinking not at all the past couple of days because I just don't feel like it. Honestly, the dehydration was really starting to kill me.
I don't need it.
Like, I was like waking up and my throat was like sticking to itself. And I really look kind of bloated, so I've kind of been trying to detox today. I don't know why, like, I feel like it looks weird, and I don't know, I kind of like this angle, but I kind of don't. But anyways, so I was trying to detox today, so one of the things that I ate is kind of a vegetarian meal, and I used to make it when I was vegan a lot, where I sauteed mushrooms and spinach together, and I created like, you know, like just, it's just a vegetable saute, but that's something that I ate to try to detox, like a veggie, it was a vegetable stir fry, like with the spinach and the power greens and some broccoli in there. And then I also made a baked potato. That was like my lunch, and then I had a snack plate of cheese, and it was mozzarella cheese wheels, the Baby Bells, and then I had some black coffee and some strawberries. I chopped them up, and yeah, and some blueberries, and I love that kind of eating very much. So, you know, we're detoxing, we're having fun with it, and I just now had a protein bar. Those are the three things that I've eaten today, and that's kind of the track that I want to be on. I want to just detox for a little bit at least, and I can go on another bender if I want to, but I'm allowing myself that freedom. I kind of realized that, and this is something that I realized that my friend Cassie, while she had great intentions of limiting my alcohol consumption, I think part of my brain, the way that it works, it wanted to rebel. It was like, oh, I only have X amount of booze. Let me consume it before she takes it from me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I need a little bit of freedom so that I know that it's available if I want to, which is why I never picked up smoking too, because I've always given myself the freedom to smoke occasionally. And I feel like it keeps me from being addicted to it, to just say, I can have that whenever I want to, you know? And so what I did was I stole one of my alcohol bottles and I put it in my closet, and then I decided that I just didn't want to do it anymore. Anyways, so that's all poisonous for you, and we're gonna start being good. I'm going to start being back on track. We're going to make ourselves hot. We're going to start doing skincare regimens. We're going to start doing yoga. We got to get over this shit, right? So we've got to really start pouring some love back into ourselves and make ourselves more attractive, more just back on track. I've got to start doing work again. We've got to start being in a good mood and streaming regularly. And I've got to start putting good information into my brain. I have recently been down this rabbit hole of listening to Meyers Briggs personality types. I am an INTJ Meyers Briggs, and it's really interesting because I am such an INTJ that it's not even funny. Like, one of the ways that people can always piss off an INTJ is telling them that they look sad. Apparently, it's like super common that people tell INTJs that they look upset all the time, and INTJs just like kind of yell at them. However, learning about my Myers-Briggs type tells me that I think the reason why sometimes like I explode on live streams and I just kind of go off is because INTJs who are stressed out tend to get annoyed very easily. But we're not angry people, but we get annoyed extremely frequently. And especially if you're already stressed out. I was scared that you don't want me here. The most minor things can actually just trigger you and make you yell at people. And I find that like so interesting. However, whenever you're actually legitimately angry, it's a very slow thing. And it takes like weeks for you to like decide that you're actually angry. And if you're like angry over a serious thing, like we kind of have no patience. We're just like done. Anyways, I am just curious as to what everybody's Myers-Briggs is in here. Because it's not necessarily like astrology, where I do like the idea of astrology as well. And I think that there's some accuracy to astrology, like, you know, and for a while I thought that it was kind of bunk, you know, like there's no way that like the time that you were born, it really has effect on you. The ocean, though, is affected by the moon, and the polarity of the earth, you know, kind of controls things. So, you know what? Maybe there's some science behind it, but who knows? There's so much in the world that we don't actually understand.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Right? I know that the certain guys that I've always been attracted to and the certain friends that I've always been attracted to, I've always been attracted to Aquarius and Taurus people. And I don't know what that is. It's just a thing. But I actually am a Virgo, Libra, Capricorn. I was told by somebody that I was a triple Virgo because they did my chart reading. And then on astro.com, I'm a Virgo, Libra, Virgo. However, on CoStar, it says that I am a Virgo, Libra, Cap, which is interesting because it's like two of the most practical earth signs. And then, woo, I'm attractive and charming. So it's like, so my chart's kind of crazy because it's like, I'm practical. Puh. And then it's like, wee, you guys are going to like me. I'm flirty, you know? So I find that a little interesting, you know? Also, my chart, though, nobody is compatible with it. It's like every friend that I have on CoStar right now, they have so many frowny faces. Like, I must be like a jerk. Because it's also, too, one of those things, not only do people not like Virgos, but people do not like INTJs either. Like, I probably don't have the most pleasant personality to actually be around unless if I'm really relaxed and I'm stress-free and I'm just in a good mood. I think that's one of the things that, for me, puts me in a bad mood is if I'm stressed, right? And because I was delving into my personality type just to realize how I cope with my emotions and how I handle problem solving. And I think that I solve problems pretty well. And I think that whenever I am in any kind of relationship dynamic with people, I'm more than willing to pinpoint the problem, fix the problem as soon as possible, and move on. However, whenever the problem isn't getting fixed or resolved, I do tend to get a little bit cranky. And whenever I'm faced with like uncertain situations, it makes me kind of irritated. And that's actually very typical of my personality type. So it's kind of like the other typical thing is that my personality type thinks that they can like And I think that this is 100% true, that you can, in a way, manage the uncertainty of life so that it's a little easier whenever it's uncertain. And whenever people fail to do so, we get a little bit, or whenever people are incompetent or lazy. Those are just some of our triggers as INTJs, because I just find it interesting. And if you're not into Meyers Briggs, like, what's your zodiac? And if you don't know your big three, just drop your sun sign, which is, you know, your typical one. Like, I'm a Virgo first and foremost. However, everything else under that does affect your personality, supposedly. But it depends on how much you read into that kind of stuff, and if you know, what you believe in, really. But INTJ is just a personality type. So you can actually just take a personality quiz on 16 personalities. I'm not trying to sell you this, by the way. I'm just trying to say, like, that's the free one. That's the free one that you can go to. And I've retaken it a lot because I had this refusal that I was an INTJ because they're so rigid seeming, right? And I'm not a very rigid person, I don't think. But maybe I am inside my own head. Maybe I outwardly present myself as woo. But I think it's funny sometimes. Maybe that's why, because we find joy in irony. But I've been delving into that recently. I know that last week I was looking at Norse mythology. I find this a little more interesting than that, though, just because there is so much science behind it secretly, you know? And I also kind of wonder, maybe I should look up science behind if crystals work or not. And I know that that might get really spiritual really fast, but I think that would be a really interesting thing to research. One of the things that I was very fascinated by, I know last year, or actually a few months ago, was subconscious sciences. So things that like affect you subconsciously. And one of the main things that affects you subconsciously is actually, man, this is so boring. I'm so sorry. I'm just like droning on and on about things that I've been looking at. But one of the things that affect you subconsciously is like the kind of music you listen to. And so I went on this kick where I was trying to only listen to positive music, which is really hard because I'm emo. And I only listen to like, tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. And this is not what I intended. I always swore to you I'd never fall apart. And you always thought that I was stronger. I may have failed, but I have loved you from the start. Whoa, but hold your breath. Because, bro, at 4 a.m. 'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Anyways, so cheese block. It's like a different texture than a lot of the other squishies that I have. It's like, it feels like memory foam, like a bed. Don't know why I bought it. I almost picked up some Charmander Squishmallows, but I did not. Oh. Yeah. Do you like waffles? Yeah, I like waffles. Okay. And one thing that I might explore on this channel, I think it would be kind of neat maybe sometime, is to do some kind of a reaction or some kind of like a maybe dissection of like a series or something. Is it because I want to binge watch a show or something and feel mildly productive while I do so? Perhaps. I would love to get enveloped in like a different world. Or like maybe I could read a book and like give you guys a synopsis of it, but like synopsisize it really, really dumb. I think that might be a fun thing. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So what's your Meyers Briggs? And what's your zodiac? And I love you. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are amazing. And yeah, you will.